Hey, my name is Natalie from my page we call Vegan Vibes with Natalie. Just a quick voiceover of housekeeping. I do vegan/plant-based meals. I've got some juices on there. I've got some breakfast meals and obviously sweet and sour tofu. I had done at some point last year, going into January, a gym program meal preparation for my brother, which he had, he requested. He said, "Sis, will you be able to do it for me?" I said, "Yeah, of course. I'll take on that challenge." So enjoy, guys.
He is only allowed to consume, as said by his personal trainer, sweet potatoes as a carbohydrate. That specific tofu block I got from Lidl's. It is already seasoned, but for me, it's just a coating. I think it's just a coating of sauce, sweet chili sauce. Sorry about that, I threw that by accident. I just put the excess, what was left in the packet, onto the tofu. Yeah, guys, my hands are very clean. Don't worry about that. Continue to squeeze all of it on there as much as I can. But I do actually add additional seasoning, just a little tiny bit. I don't want it too salty, just a little tiny bit of seasonings. So obviously first I just have to make sure that's coated as much as possible. Yep, I do indeed. Because it's very important that I sorry about that, guys. I couldn't even turn my camera off. So I decide to obviously chop into the cubes. If you've been watching, you've seen the sweet and sour tofu extra crispy recipe on my channel. So basically all I'm doing is cutting them into cubes, little tiny cubes. I think I'm going to make another lot because he said he wants it for 2 days, and I'm pretty sure that can just go for 1 meal pretty much. I believe it can just go for 1 meal. So I've just chopped those up into little cubes, as you can see. This is also just to make it less time consuming for myself as well, to be honest. So they're coated as much as the manufacturer wanted it to be coated. So I've just added them to a container. The container's fairly big. I normally use like the little containers, but I didn't have any at hand at that time, so it doesn't matter as long as I'm getting the job done. So I'll just get those all into the container. As I said, as much sauce as I can get onto them, I will do so. Literally every little tiny bit. It's so sticky, so sticky. So there I have the 2 additional seasonings. I'm going to be putting a little bit of all-purpose seasoning and some garlic powder. I'll probably say I put about half a teaspoon in each, and maybe potentially when I've started cooking add some more. So I've got half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Then I will add the same with my all-purpose seasoning, just to give it a little bit more flavor and marinade in the fridge overnight. It's always good to season your tofu earlier if you can, rather than like there and then. Look at me just shaking away. But I was just trying to cover every part of the tofu. Like I was saying, I usually use a little container so that the pieces are literally low and they can just bounce up and down. But it did the job. That did the job as good as the other container would. Jeez, I was not slowing down with what was left. I would say more than enough. It's just like getting my hands dirty. So here now we've got my cornstarch or flour, whichever one or way you guys like to say it. The big one is for coating my tofu before it goes into the frying pan to fry. And I may sometimes put extra, just depends. And then I've got the little one, which is when I make the sauce thickener, which is called a slurry. So within the slurry, I will add 2 tablespoons of water, and there is a tablespoon of corn flour in there. Once that is completed, I will add